Good morning, all. I just wanted to get a quick video out here about CBIT and what's coming here today in Farming Tales. Hoping this will be a super quick one. Probably not because I ramble. But there's some big changes going on, and I kind of mentioned this yesterday. As many of you know, CBIT is going to be the additional token, or it's already in place. If you look over here, SEST is what's been in place for a while now in Farming Tales, and CBIT actually just got implemented probably about a week ago, but it was announced about three or 4 weeks ago that it was coming. Um, what I wanted to do in today's video is do a breakdown of what's coming today, what's going to be coming on the 27th. These are both basically putting in the new economy for Farming Tales, and the difference between SEST and CBIT, since there is some confusion, especially in the Discord. There's some confusion going back and forth. So we'll start off with the difference between the two. SEST, as I mentioned, is the one that's been in place for a while. This is the one that stays in game for the in-game market. You can buy animals, structures, gardens, any special items, docks. I'm sorry, pier, lumberjack, all can be bought with SEST. Initially, it was used also for food and water and any other type of services. That is changing. So it's only used to buy in the in-game marketplace. CBIT, on the other hand, is going to be used for food and water. For example, when you come over here, they already had this. If you click on this, the refill water or refill food, it will pull straight from the CBIT. Also, the major change that's happening today is currently, if you go over here to harvest all, this uses SEST. As of today, around 2200 UTC time, which for me is about 4 or 5 p.m. Eastern, this is going to change to only use CBIT. So it'll still be a tax or a fee, and then also the 20% for food and water. Both will come out as CBIT. So you have to make sure that you have enough CBIT in here. So that'll change today, and that'll officially take food and water off of SEST, which is going to help support and stabilize the economy quite a bit. Because right now, a lot of people, what they're doing is they're using the harvest all, still paying SEST, so there's really no requirement to use CBIT. So you'll see both the prices dropping. So now that CBIT is going to be required, it should stabilize that price, which will in turn stabilize the SEST price. In the long term, it should start bringing everything up, but that's going to take time. The main thing that we want right now is to stabilize it, and when new wax chester comes out and that content comes out, it starts going up. The way that you get CBIT is by having SEST in your wallet right now. It's called passive staking. So if you have any SEST in your wallet, you will get a proportion of the 24-hour pool of CBIT, and that fluctuates depending on how much SEST is in the pool. In the future, on the 27th, and let me actually quick go over here, and this is the announcement that was provided yesterday. It mentioned that tomorrow, which is today, that they will be switching all food and water over to CBIT. But they did mention that as far as the active staking, that means you actually have to take your SEST and you put it in a staking so it's not accessible. That has been delayed to the 27th. They did want to implement that before Christmas because of the support wouldn't be there in case they had any issues. They would just, it was a little too risky because it's such a big change. So they moved that to the 27th. So as of the 27th, we will move from the passive staking to an active staking. And they have provided initial screenshots of what this is going to look like. And I've also heard that it is going to change. Ooh, if I could find it here. Where are you? There's sneak peeks. This is the initial view of what it could look like. As you can see on this screen, the active staking that will be available on the 27th is on this side. Essentially, you'll put whatever SEST you want in there. It'll be held in there, and you'll get 24-hour increments of CBIT based on the pool. And then if you want to on-stake it, it takes 7 days to on-stake it, and it'll come out in sevenths. So you'll get a portion of it each day over the period of the 7 days. The other new thing that they're adding in, they're adding this portion over here today. Basically, every time you want to pull SEST or CBIT out of your in-game wallet, it's going to charge you a fee. I know initially this sounds like, whoa, you're taking money from me. I don't want that. This is actually good because it's another burning mechanism within the game. And when you burn coins in the game, it raises the value or stabilizes the value of the coins. Right now, the reason we keep going down in value is because we don't have enough burning mechanisms. So these two items here are actually going to help. They said initially the withdrawal fee for SES could be anywhere between 0 and 5. I have a feeling that'll change from 5 to 10, which is standard around all games, and any fees that are charged will get burned, so they won't use it for anything else. It'll go away right away. And CBIT, they were a little vague on that. They mentioned 2%. I can see that being a variable rate also, but we're still waiting on the details for that. So this left-hand side will come today, and this right-hand side, the active staking, will come on the 27th, according to that announcement. Let's see if there's anything else in this announcement. Also, what they announced, and this is actually pretty cool. A lot of games out there, the devs run it and they don't give you any feedback. We're seeing that in a lot of games. I'm not going to mention any of them. um, the players are screaming for certain things and the devs are ignoring them. What Farming Tales is trying to implement is a council. A council of a number of players. I've heard anywhere between 25 and 30 players that will work with the devs to propose implementing changes that will help. Basically, it's basically they're trying to create a metaverse, and this is one of the first steps to creating a metaverse is getting the feedback and getting the ownership also with the players so they have input of what changes to make in the future. I think this is a great idea. This shows that Farming Tales is going to be a different type of game on Wax than just about every other game. Most games on Wax, and I don't mean they're great because everybody's looking for the ROI, but most of them are click to earn. Currently, Farming Tales is click to earn, but what they're trying to do is they're trying to build the new Wax Chester, and they're trying to make it a metaverse, so it's actually a game that you want to play, and it's a community. So just the fact that they're trying to build this in there gives me high hopes on this project. The one other thing that I wanted to show you is a lot of people are asking about how much SEST are you going to need to have staked in order to get the CBIT that you need. If you go in the Discord and you come to the game chat and you go up here to the pinned, there is a spreadsheet here that if you click on, it gives you an idea. You can save it to your own Google Docs and adjust a few things. For example, what you will want to do is you want to save it and you'll want to update what you have here in this column. For example, I have 18 geese. I'd want to switch that over. I can't do it now because it's view only. So you would want to update that. And what it'll do is it'll calculate based on 1 CBIT for every 200 SEST, which I don't think is accurate anymore. I was, if I did the calculation right, based on yesterday, I think it was roughly about 3 CBIT for every 1,000 SEST, but that again that fluctuates depending on the pool. I feel like that rate will get better when we switch to active staking because a lot of people right now it's basically if anyone has any SEST in their wallet, it counts towards the pool. In the future, you'll have to actively stake it, which may shrink the pool depending on how much you put it in there. your rate will determine your rate. So right now, based on this, 200 SEST per CBIT, which again is low, it'll calculate basically if you have two common silos and water. If you have a common silo and a common water tower, you'll need to hold this amount of SEST in order to fulfill your requirements. This is dynamic. So if you change these numbers change also. If you have a rare silo and a rare water tower, you'll need this amount. Epic water tower, epic silo, you'll need this amount. So you can do your own calculation. The other thing you have to keep in mind, the basic setup of this is 24 hours. You're essentially harvesting 24 hours a day. So if you want to change that time frame for whatever you own, you're going to want to go to column I and whatever you own, and you'll see this. This is basically minutes per day. So if you want to do, for example, I usually only do about 18 hours a day of harvesting because you have to sleep. So what I do is I change this to 1,080. That's 18 hours. It's basically because I harvest roughly about every 2 hours for 18-hour stretch. So that's how you change it to match what your requirements are. If you only harvest for 10 hours, obviously you want to switch this to 600. So go through that, and you'll have to do it for each line because they're all hard coded. What I essentially did is I went through and I just updated it to 1080 on my version. So you just do that, you change that, and also if you want to update the SEST to make it a little more accurate because it will fluctuate. Come on, you go in here, and basically what this is for every 2,000, or sorry, 200. You can update this. For example, if you think it's 1 CBIT for every 500, you change this to 500, and so forth. So that's how it works. You can go a deep dive into this spreadsheet. Again, it is in the Discord. Ignore all the messages in here. It's up in the pinned posts, and then it's right here. And save it to your Google Docs and update it any way that you want to update it. The one other thing in here is the formula for the worker or the tax for harvest all. It's in here. This X hasn't been announced yet. It's been determined. Hasn't been announced. I'm assuming that they're going to have another update or announcement today with more details on how everything's calculated. But this gives you at least a rough idea. Allows you to give you estimate on what you think it'll cost for you. As far as SES goes, you want to keep an eye on that because it will fluctuate daily. And then see what you have in game. So I hope this helped. I hope this gives you a better idea of what's coming both today and also on the 27th. The main advice that I have, again, is bump up your SEST to make sure that you have enough to be self-sufficient, because you do not want to have to buy CBIT every single day. So what I would recommend, and you probably should have started doing this about a week or two ago, is building up your SEST like I did. I started off this because I came out of the peer sale and I had maybe 1,000 SEST because I bought the peer for 20,000. So I spent the next 2 weeks or a week and a half building this up, buying some SEST. You want to focus on this, building this up so you can earn this. All right. A lot of people are just going out and buying CBIT and wondering why they have to buy CBIT every single day because they have none of this built up. So I would recommend that, even if you have to, for the first couple of days, not harvest as much as you want to. Again, you should have been doing this when they first announcement, but don't feel like you're stuck right now if you haven't been doing it. You still have a chance to catch up. So keep at it. I hope this helped. Looks like it's about almost 15-minute video, so I apologize. It's longer than I actually wanted it to be. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I ramble. So I hope it helped. If you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. I'll be happy to continue doing it as there's announcements. I am going to have another video coming out here shortly. Going to do another walkthrough coming up of another game that I'm kind of playing. So keep an eye out for that video. if I don't, have a great holiday. If eh, I'll just say that. Have a great holiday, everybody. Please like and subscribe. Sorry for the rambling. Have a good one. Bye.